Lori here. I'm here today to do the top 10 Tuesday from the RC Reader Girl, and it says the top 10 books you want to read this summer. What I decided to do is I decided to do the top 15 books or 14 books that I got. Most of these are from conventions, either BEA or Comic-Con, and then I'm going to do another contemporary TBR and thriller TBR that is just from my shelves. So these books are books that I got recently or from conventions and or book boxes. And the other TBR that I'm going to do, which I'll probably post the same day, maybe like the Wednesday of that week, will be books on my shelf, and those will include my Owl Crate books. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them all in a cup, and I'm going to pick 2 or 3 out a month, and that's how I'm going to do it. Some of these might get read this month too, but this is going to be starting my July TBR. So the first book I'm going to read is Sadie by Courtney Summers. This comes out in September. I received this book from Blogbound, from Macmillan, and the summary is really, really simple. Well, not simple, but growing up in an isolated small town, life was not easy for 19-year-old Sadie and her younger sister Maddie, but their bond is impenetrable. When the unthinkable happens and Maddie is found dead, Sadie vows to do whatever it takes to avenge her sister's murder. That sounds pretty awesome, and I really hope that I like it, and I hope to give you guys my thoughts soon. The next book is a tour teen pick, and it's called The Echo Room Parker Peevehouse, and this is a smart, claustrophobic, speculative thriller with immersive psychological mystery. The Echo Room follows 2 strangers with fractured memories who escaped a strange prison only to discover they weren't locked in, but locking someone or something out, and I think this comes out in September. But that sounds really, really good. So hopefully I like this one as well. The next thriller that I hope to read is Little White Lies by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This doesn't come out until November, but I love her book so much. I loved her Natural series. I loved her Fixer series. And this, I think, is like a debutante theme. Yeah, never trust a debutante. I think it's a debutante treating thing, and I think it's like a murder mystery, and it's set in the South. So I really hope that I like this and that I get to it soon. The next 3 I didn't get from convention, but they are thrillers. And these, I think these 2 I got from Comic-Con last year. And this is Missions Impossible by Brad Abrams. And I think this is like, he winds up being revealed that he is the son of a magician and he's caught in like a war, which sounds really awesome. It's called Missions Impossible. And this is a hardback book as well. The next one I got was from Meddling Kids by Edgar Cantero. And this is set in 1977, and this is a group of kids that used to be like detectives in their town. Something happens, they separated, but then an event sends them back together, and this book is supposed to be really good, and I know that I really am excited to read some thrillers, so this will hopefully get read this summer. And the other book that I heard amazing things about was Mortal Coil by Emily Silvata, and this I think is like a bioterrorism thriller. And I heard super good things. I know that we are definitely getting a sequel, so I would love to dive into this. And I remember I went to the Amy Kaufman event for Unearthed, and she was like, oh my god, I dropped whatever I was doing to read this book, and she loved it. So hopefully I like it as well. So that's the section of books about my thrillers. The next books I'm going to chat about is some middle grade that I hope to read this summer. I got these books from a mix of book boxes and conventions. So the first one is Wizards of Once by Cressida Cowell. I got this from Owl Crate in October, and I actually do have the sequel, so I would love to read this and then read the sequel because I got that from BEA. But there was magic, and the magic lived in the dark forest until the warriors came. Zara is a wizard boy who has no magic and will do anything together. Wish is a warrior girl, but she owns something forbidden, something magical, and she will do anything to conceal it. When stars collide, Zara and Wish must forge their differences if they are ever going to make it to the hidden dungeons at the warrior fort, where something that has been sleeping for 100 years is stirring, and it has really cute illustrations, and I do have the sequel, so I would love to dive into this one as well. I also got, this is from the January Owl Crate Jr., Live, Sugar, Magic, A Dash of Trouble. And this is about, I think it's about like a baking shop, but I think that they are witches. So I heard that that's super cute, and I hope to read it as well. The second Rick Riordan imprint book is Storm Runners by J.C. Severitz. And this is a Mayan mythology book, and it comes out in September, which is why I have to read it kind of fast. And then after I read this, I'm definitely going to go back and read the Aru Shah one, but I want to read this so I can give my review in a more timely fashion. And the last book I'm going to chat about is City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. This has been on a couple of TBRs, but I think this might be her first middle grade, and I talked about this in another video. But it's about this girl who, after she almost dies, she winds up being able to connect to the other side. And when her family moves to Scotland to begin like a ghost hunting expedition, her world kind of gets turned upside down, and she may encounter some ghosts of her own. So those are all my middle grade picks, and the next is probably the genre that I read most in the summer, and that is contemporary. And all of these books did come from BEA and BookCon. The first one I talked about it in my top 10 books I got was The Art of Losing by Lizzie Mason. I've talked about this book a lot, but it's basically about this girl who one night she's going to a party and her boyfriend winds up making out with her sister. She winds up breaking up with her boyfriend, and when her ex-boyfriend now is drunk, he winds up bringing her sister home and she goes into a coma. And she has to kind of deal with the aftermath of all that. This book does not come out until January, but I definitely want to read it early. Another book I talked about in my top 10 books that I picked up was What If It's Us by Adam Silvera and Becky Albertalli. I really, really want to read this book. I have loved all of Becky's books, really enjoyed all of Adam's, so I definitely want to give this a hint. If you've been living under a rock, you know the summary of this book, but I'm really excited to read it. I also at Blogbound picked up a really early copy of The Me I'm Meant to Be by Sophie Jordan. And this is another girl code: never date a friend X, no keeping secrets from your bestie, breaking the code breaks friendships. So I'm really excited to dive into this one, and I will definitely be reading it over the summer. And another book that's on my TBR this month, I hope to read it, is The Summer of Us by Cecilia Visnice. This is a romance, a contemporary that takes place, I think, over in like England, and it's kind of a romance, but I love traveling novels as well. So these are my top 10 or 14 books that I hope to read from my stack that I got from BEA. Let me know in the comments what book you really want to see me read first, and I will try to make it to the top of my TBR. But I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll talk to you guys later.